Hi, this is Sci-Fi Talk, the podcast on how sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and comics help us explore our humanity.
On Bite, Rebecca Romijn plays the first officer of the USS Enterprise, Una Chin Riley, on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Episode 2 of the second season is a critical one for Una. She was asked during a recent roundtable if she related to Una's struggle for acceptance.
I feel like I've been drawn to these characters that have things that they've been hiding, things that they may be shameful about, and make a decision to stop hiding and to start living authentically. I would say from a personal standpoint, the only thing I can really draw from, and I literally had a couple lines of dialogue as Una in episode 2 that I said as Mystique in the X-Men franchise. I mean, like literally word for word, there were a couple things that were the same. And there are some similarities between those characters. I would say for as far as Una is concerned, I'm a first generation American. My father's an immigrant. My husband's also first generation American. His father's an immigrant. I'm a first generation actress. I didn't have anybody holding my hand to get into this industry. And I would say just like, you know, I didn't come from money. I came from a pretty humble background, and I'd say just figuring it out and pulling myself up and you know, pounding pavement, as they say, was just this. It was a real struggle. I mean, it was a struggle just to find success and come from, you know, sort of meager beginnings and figure out this world that I now live in. But that's the only thing I can draw a comparison to. Is I would say the story of a lot of the Star Trek characters are immigrant stories, and I relate to that. My mother was a linguist, and she taught English as a second language to immigrants and refugees, and was a big supporter of immigration reform. And she really raised me to be appreciative of our country and the fact that this is a country based on immigrants and immigrant stories, and I relate to that.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds starts on June 15th on Paramount+.
For Bite, this is Tony Tellado.